the 4 how to be detached, and the 4 can teach the 5 how to be a little more heart-centered.
Right.
Number 6, the loyalist, and that was Elaine. That's the committed, security-oriented type, engaging, responsible, anxious, and suspicious. So this is the person who likes to feel safe. This is the person, you know, is kind of likes the proactive approach, make sure everything's safe before we go any further. And that's very good, you know, like a person who plans for disaster recovery, for instance, in a corporate organization would be very good. A 6 would be very good at that position. You know, kind of like you know, preventative measures, announcing prevention is the problem of cure. You know, better to prevent a problem than to have to solve it after the fact. Number 7 is the enthusiast. This is the busy, fun-loving type. Spontaneous, versatile, acquisitive, and scattered. Did anybody see Thelma and Louise?
Yes. There we go.
The crazy one was the 7. Who was that? I don't remember. But the other one was the 6. The other one was kind of nervous and you know, scared.
Yeah.
So it was a good, if you watch that movie, it's a good play between what goes on between a 6 and a 7 in a relationship. You know, the 7 keeps trying to draw the 6 out to break through that fear. And the 6 keeps trying to hold the 7 back from being so crazy.
The 6 didn't do so good.
Right. Yeah. 7 won out. The 7 usually does. 7's going to do what they want anyway. Nobody's going to stop the 7.
Bonnie and Clyde. They were probably both 7s, right?
Well, I think the other one was probably a 6 with the 7 wing. She wanted to be a 7, but she wasn't quite there. Maybe at the end she had, you know, she was taken over by the 7. And that's a good. I have this book home called The Enneagram in the Movies. You know, and it lists all of the actors in all the movies and explains, you know, the movies and how each one of these parts play and what their numbers are in the Enneagram. So it's a great book for personality study if anybody's interested. Number 8 is the challenger, powerful, dominating type, self-confident, decisive, willful, and confrontational. So these are the tough ones. You know,
that feels like a book.
Yeah, this could be the might makes right. You know, my way or the highway type. You know, the 3s and the 8s in our society are generally, you know, the people who are climbing the ladders. The feeling center needs to be integrated for these types, and I'm going to get into that later. I'll show you how. There's 3 different centers.
When you do that, wouldn't you destroy their career? Because
no. If you know, people are who they are, and they only change as they want to.
Would you think it would you like say somebody, say a 3 or an 8 decided they were going to change? I bet they would be successful because they wouldn't be able to keep up with all those other 3 and 8s around them.
Successful at what?
Yeah.
They may be very successful at work, but very unsuccessful with the relationship with the wife, for instance. You know, so they might want to consider before they get a divorce that they might want to become a little more well-rounded, a little more balanced before. It's important to be successful, but you know, what do you want? Do you want that? Is that all you want? Then fine. You know. But again, it's up to you. You know, nobody's going to tell you to change. But if you know that you have all this, yet there's all this over here that you've forgotten about, you might want to try to integrate some of that other energy. You know, so it's all personal choice. So, some people are meant, you know, like we needed George Patton's, you know, in the war, in World War II. What would we do if we didn't have somebody who could do that? That's a perfect place for somebody like that. But at the same time, you know.
What if we're leading the army?
Exactly.
Is that why some people succeed at some things, and then when that passed on, he's not good at something else? Is that?
Yeah. People, like, again, certain people have certain talents, you know, and each one of these has a specific gift, so to speak, if you want to look at it that way, you know. This one is good at making things better, improving things. This one's good at nursing and helping people. This one's good at, coming up, getting people motivated to do things and accomplishing, being productive, for instance. The 4 is the artist, so very creative. Each one of these has a color, so to speak, to contribute to the rainbow. So, yes, very true. And lastly, number 9. I'm a combination of 4 and 9, by the way. I have the same percentage of both of them. So the 9 is the peacemaker, easygoing, self-effacing type, receptive, reassuring, agreeable, and complacent. So at my worst, I'm a couch potato. And at my best, I have a good ear, good listener, good counselor type person.
How common is that people would be have 2 distinct personality types?
Well, it's pretty common.
Is it?
There's a lot of people who are combinations of many of these. Like I say, nobody pretty much is 100% one and none of the others. I find the more work people will do on themselves, the more well-rounded they tend to become. Because they're able to see the value, and again, in each one of the colors of the rainbow, they become integrated. They might not be laser, which is good at focusing on one area, but they're great lamps. Any questions on any of those? All right, that took a little time to do that slide. Slogans for each one of the types. Number 1, that's the perfectionist or the reformer type. Not good enough. Remember the old Breakstone commercials? Anybody here? Seeing Breakstone commercials? That's what he was saying all the time. Not good enough. He's trying to make his product better. Not thick enough. Number 2, let me help you, or how can I help you? Number 3, climb every mountain. So you can see that's the achiever. Trying to be the star and climb up to the top. Number 4, nobody understands me. So it's that kind of like I'm all alone, isolated. The Beach Boys had a song called "In My Room" that kind of testifies to the 4. Number 5, let me figure this out. Leave me alone and just